We have here verse 7 of the 15th chapter, Gospel of John. Jesus has been describing for the disciples the general sense of the significance that he will be returning to them through the means of the Holy Spirit, the Parakletos, and that this inner residence of Jesus in their lives is going to actually greatly exceed the benefit that they have enjoyed being in his physical presence during his human ministry. And now, as if to add even more of a kind of an astonishing element to it, he comes to the statement here in verse 7, Ian, this is the word for if, takes the subjunctive as we find it right here. This is the aorist subjunctive, third person or second person plural. So if you remain, from meno, I remain, if you remain, and then in emoi, and as the preposition takes the dative. Here's the first person dative singular pronoun. So if you remain in me, and then kai, the connective. And interestingly, it doesn't say I remain in you, but now he shifts the focus slightly to ta rema ta mu, the words of me remain in you, that there is a kind of identity between the presence of Christ and the words of Christ. Plural here, of course, rhema, the word for word. This is the neuter, nominative plural, so the words of me in you. Same construction here, except now we have the second person plural dative. So if you remain in me and in you, my words remain. And again, the same word here. This is the subjunctive. It's the aorist third person singular subjunctive. Even though it's singular here, it can go with a neuter subject, which is permitted idiomatically in Greek. And so if you remain in me and my words remain, dwell in you. And then this rather astonishing statement, ho, this is the relative pronoun in the accusative, neuter, singular, and together with the ion, same as here, when the two are used together, it'll mean something like whatever. Used with subjunctive, so the idea is whatever, theleta, this is from thelo, I wish or I want. It's the second person plural, and it's the present active subjunctive, so whatever you wish. And then we have the imperative here, so this is from aiteo, I ask or I request. This is the second person plural, aorist active, or actually the aorist middle, subjunctive, so ask whatever it is that you're wishing for, ask. The use of the middle voice here is impliedly asking out of your own desire for this thing. Whatever you wish, ask for it. Kai, the connective, and genesetai, from genesomai, the deponent future of genomai. I become, this is the third person singular, future active indicative. It will become, or it will take place. Humen, the dative, plural of the second person pronoun, it will become or be done for you. So it's really rather a wide open and sweeping promise here. Seems somewhat staggering, but of course the limiting factor is if my words abide in you. That's going to limit from asking simply capriciously or in a trivial sort of way. The whole point is that as the words of Christ abide in a person, it's going to have some deep influence on the way in which they view life and the way in which they make their requests, such that as their mind and heart are continually aligned with Christ, the things that they ask are going to be continually more likely to be answered according to the request, because of course there is that kind of consistency between the heart of the disciple and the purposes of and intentions of God in working through them.